In this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 updates that every Southern Mudding player wants added to the game. If you agree with any of these, do let me know in the comments and let me know your thoughts in the comments anyway, but let's get straight into it. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and yeah, let's go. So for a lot of this video, we're going to be using Discord along with talking about my opinion on them in the game itself. That's because if you don't know, in the Southern Mudding Discord server, there's a suggestions channel that people post their own suggestions, and this is where I've gathered this list from, along with what I think would be cool in the game as well. It's a bit of a mix, and let's get started with the first one, which is more emergency service vehicles. We can see if we scroll up a little bit, Dusty TV here, who you might know from his videos, has suggested a police update, revamped police station, working handcuffs, more police cars including the Tahoe with cages, and revamped light bars. Honestly, it's such a good idea. If we head over to the police station currently and take a look inside, it is not the best. Here we are at the police station in game currently, and let's head inside and take a look. And you know what, it's not that bad. The one in APM definitely is worse, but this is definitely a bit boring and there is absolutely nothing that you can do here. And like APM as well, there is absolutely nothing for police officers to do. You can't join on to the job, you can't get any tools. You can roleplay a little bit in here if you want, but it is still quite basic as it is, and there are no tools, nothing. And in this game as well, you do kind of have to have the deluxe car pack if you want some good police cars like this one and these ones, I guess. Otherwise you're kind of stuck with these two. And let's talk about police cars while we're here quickly. It is pretty cool, but turning on the lights, as you can see, they're very basic, pretty boring, not much of a pattern to them, and the siren as well is also quite bad. So there's definitely room for the lights and the police cars themselves to be upgraded, as well as maybe having faster police cars to keep up with people on dirt bikes and stuff like that. And imagine a police ATV, that would be a really cool idea. In APM you can kind of put the sheriff livery on whatever vehicle you want, which would be cool if you could do that on this game on the ATVs or something, because I don't believe you can do that. So yeah, police update would be cool with more tools, a new police station, and things to actually do. Maybe you can actually arrest people, but then there's also a bad side to it where if you just want to play the game and drive around and go camping, people that want to cuff rush you and arrest you might get in your way and might annoy you a little bit. So let me know in the comments if you are one of the people that want a police update. But it's not just police. No, scrolling through here we will see suggestions like this. Let's say fire trucks, and take a look at some of these right here. Here we have kind of like a ladder truck. This is, I believe, like a tanker or a heavy rescue. This is also like a heavy rescue, I think, and this is more of an SUV, maybe for more rural areas that trucks can't get to, and that can also be used as a support unit. And again, the fire station is old, outdated, and definitely needs an update. So let me know your thoughts on that as well in the comments. And should they add fires as well? If they're going to add fire trucks properly, then I guess they'd kind of need to add fires around, and they don't have to get in anyone's way, unlike police where if you want to arrest people you have to arrest players. That could be annoying for players that don't want that. People that just want fires, maybe trees can just set on fire and the fire department can put it out. That's simple and would be very cool. Let's move on from emergency services and talk about the next one, which surprisingly is more pickup trucks. This isn't one that I was gonna put on this list because there are so many pickup trucks in this game, but there are people that want more and more pickup trucks every single day. Scrolling through here, we will definitely see a lot of pickup truck suggestions. We've got one right here, a GMT 900, very cool indeed. To be honest, I do like that idea. And take a look at this. This is like a pure chrome vehicle. Imagine having a 100% chrome truck inside of Southern Mudding. That would be insane. And there's honestly a lot of cool suggestions in here. This is a cool pickup truck. Again, another classical GMC kind of vehicle. I mean, this right here is pretty cool, along with all of these dirt bikes that we can see here. And this is a cool lineup of Cadillacs. And take a look at this awesome pickup truck right here. Imagine this in Southern Mudding. It would be so cool. And we can see a kind of trailer here as well with a matching truck, which looks cool. And then finally we have like a semi-truck heavy wrecker right here, which is actually insane. I've never seen something like this before on this kind of truck, but looks very cool and very modern and new as well. That is not it though. Take a look at some of these. These are like proper show trucks, not trucks that you just drive around every day in real life, I guess, but do look very cool. This would be a cool truck in the game. Maybe they can add a GTR. Imagine having both of these cars in game and you can have them at your garage. That would be so cool, having like matching cars like that. Another pickup truck here, and I'm not going to spend too long talking about this because there is a lot of different pickup trucks that they could add. There is probably 1,000 different pickup trucks that have been suggested, probably way more than 1,000 that have been suggested over the time Southern Mudding has been around for, and there are so many different trucks they could add to the game. We do have a huge selection at the moment, so maybe they should put their time into other things. But yeah, pickup trucks would be cool, and obviously as the game gets more updates, they will add more pickup trucks here and there, so there will always be more new fresh ones added to the game constantly. But yeah, I'm not sure if they should focus too much time on pickup trucks, I think other things would be a cool idea. And that kind of leads me on to my next one, which is actually to do with sort of a recent update. And I'm going to head over here because past this point, recently, within the last couple of months, was a map expansion. The map used to end around here, and this was all added in that map expansion update. Some houses, a little town area, a gas station, most importantly, the highway right here. However, this highway was disappointing for a lot of people because it's very, very short. As I'm talking about this, I'm going to drive the length of it as fast as I possibly can, and we're going uphill with my police car in the road there, and you guys will see how quickly we reach the end. People want a longer highway. This highway is really, really cool, but it is quite short. There's not really any intersections apart from this one, and that's it. It's literally this one and then the one down there where we started, and it ends. That was probably like less than 20 seconds from the start to the end of the highway, which is quite short. But then again, where else can they really extend it to? As the map gets expanded more, I think a highway expansion would be cool, and I do want a highway expansion. It would be cool to have a longer highway, one where you can actually test the top speed on your vehicle, because a lot of the time this highway isn't even long enough to test the full top speed of a vehicle inside of this game. Like, we're still accelerating, and we've reached the end of the highway where we won't be able to test it any further, and you go flying into the ocean at the end here. But this truck does look very cool. You can see how I made this and how fast it is. Check out the video I made not too long ago creating a drag truck. I do like this pickup truck a lot. But yeah, highway expansion is definitely something that is needed. Let me know your thoughts on that one in the comments. Next up for my suggestion is boats. This person specifically said, can you please add jet boats and make them not a premium vehicle? Something like this, because currently in American Plains modding, if we reset and go ahead and try and spawn in a boat, there isn't really that many choices here. In American Plains modding, there are a few other choices, but in this game, we have these two right here, and that is pretty much it. With the deluxe trailers, obviously you get this boat and the jet skis, but other than that, you only have these two small boats, which are pretty basic and pretty boring. So people want more boats. Maybe jet skis should be free, not a premium vehicle, but who knows? And if we scroll through here, there are a lot of people talking about boats, even if not suggesting them directly. Like right now, this person said boats are pointless right now because you're stuck in tiny canals or at the very edge of the map. The game needs actual open water like big lakes or seas, along with fishing and a wider variety of boats. And it seemed every single person that saw that suggestion also agreed with it. So that is a very, very good idea. Let's spawn in this truck. I never have driven this truck, I don't think, and it is a very, very old one, but still nice to check out some of these older vehicles in the game from time to time. But yeah, boats, definitely a good idea. Definitely something I can see getting added more of, more water sources. Maybe if they expand the highway, they can have like a highway bridge over a river or a lake. That would be cool. And then with that, they can add more boats so that A, boats have more places to go, and B, there are more boats for players to drive around the map. Pretty cool idea if you ask me. And finally, I guess it's kind of a good thing that we spawned in this vehicle, because what I want to talk about finally on this list is interiors in this game. I'm going to head into my private server so that we can actually see a little bit better. Here we go, we're on my private server and it is daytime, and I'm going to spawn in kind of an older vehicle, one that hasn't really been updated in quite a long time. I think something like this should be good. This looks like quite an old vehicle, and you can see the interior is okay, but it is pretty basic. When you compare it to American Plains modding, for example, these have no textures. It's all kind of like smooth plastic, and there are no like textures, whereas in APM they have like leather seats and stuff that you can actually see, or fabric seats and stuff. But the steering wheel is cool. I like how it moves with kind of one hand. I think that's quite nice, but it would be nice if there was just a bit more in it. Maybe if it said just speed here, that could be pretty cool. And to be honest, there are other trucks in this game that do have much worse interiors. I'm just not exactly sure which ones are the older ones and which ones are more newer. This one right here, again, pretty basic, but still does the job, I guess. And this is kind of my point. Like, the trucks aren't bad in this game and the interiors aren't bad either, but there is definitely room for them to be improved in some way. I mean, this one is very cool. Not a pickup truck, but still very, very cool if you ask me. This is one of the more detailed ones, but again, would still be cool if you could see your speed somewhere inside. But then again, in real life, they wouldn't have a speedometer in this car, so I'm not sure where that would be anyway, but very cool. I've never really driven this in this game. It's pretty cool actually, although I don't know why I'm so low down. How am I even seeing out of that window right now? Either way, you get the idea. There definitely needs to be some interior improvements in this game, so let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. What was your favorite suggestion that I said from this video, and if I didn't mention your one, do let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications for more Southern modding videos in the future, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Thank you.